I've had a terrible headache today, so please excuse the inevitable low energy that may ensue during this video, but yay, cute cartoons. Hey Spuds, it's Jamie, welcome back to another video. First on the channel, I don't know, but welcome either way, and today we are reacting to the balls of LGBTQ-ness, the little LGBallTs, not bisexual eraser, not eraser, a bisexual eraser, oh yes, not bisexual erasure, and not all about trans people, but just the cute little balls of cartoonness, LGBT-ness, the gay, the trans, the all things not straight, not cis balls that are cartoons and very cute and relatable. And if you have no idea what I am going on about, then watch the video, and I hope you enjoy. Yay. I'm sorry. We have two little gay balls in love, a little gay romance, a little smoochy smooch love between two balls who are gay. And we have a homophobe, very angry homophobe. Grr. Can't people just be friends these days? Oh my god, why are we gonna make everything so gay? And then the homophobe is watching TV again, and this time on the screen. That screen looks remarkably like my computer screen. There's I'm assuming like cis straight, but the undetermined gender identities and sexual orientations of a girl ball and a boy ball. I was just gonna say a ball ball. A ball ball, it's Christmas, Merry Christmas. Purely platonic. They are just friends. Exactly what you wanted, Mr. Homophobe. Just friends. But what do you have to say about them? You better have a completely unnecessary romance plot for me to enjoy this series. If it's straight, I want all the love. If it's gay, no, friends, too much, grr. It is very much the case. It is very true of homophobes, transphobes just don't want to see LGBT plus characters on screen, particularly not LGBT plus characters in love and having a nice time and just enjoying life, you know? Too much for them. But as soon as it's cis and straight, yay, all of it. This comic, I feel like, sums up the difference in attitudes between a kid's t-shirt that just has like a little rainbow on or is like mildly pridey in some way and very age appropriate, and homophobes are like, oh no, this is so inappropriate for children, blah. And then them being totally fine with a baby grow that says like ladies man on it. Double standards. The homophobes love them. Younger me, 2022 to 2023. Younger you was a year ago. Okay. Oh my god, LGBTQ is so cringe. Need to be Sigma. I'm not Gen Alpha. What is Sigma? It's like the skibbity that I'm so confused. I'm officially old and I'm okay with that. I'm not gay. I need to make sure women can be Sigma too. I don't like gay anymore. What is this? Is this like internalized homophobia? Is this where we're going? 2024, current me. Whoa, oh my god, gay. Miss me? Don't leave me again like that, Steven Universe. I have heard very positive things about Steven Universe and LGBTQ plus rep. Yeah, I feel like this is a very common arc for people to go through. I'm perhaps guessing like a teenage phase or like having certain friends or just being like very deep in the closet and worried about coming out to internalize some homophobia and be like, oh no, gay, ew, never. And then actually turn out to be LGBT plus themselves. Not everybody who's homophobic is actually LGBT plus. I know there's like a bit of a thing of saying, oh, the most homophobic people are actually gay. Can turn out that way when it's internalized. However, there are just a lot of homophobes who are just cis straight assholes. I'm glad this person found themselves and is no longer phobic. An ace ball is looking at a cup of gender fluid. The running joke with gender fluid is that they are not a ball, they are just liquid. What are you planning? What is the ace ball planning now? Why are ace balls always up to something? Always scheming, planning, plotting something. The ace ball is shaking. Wow, they're blurry. Holy, what's up with gender fluid? Wide-eyed. Oh, the ace ball has poured gender fluid into a dish and is now just watching the dish. I don't know what is going on. So we pour the gender fluid, we watch the dish, and that's it. And that's the comic. Mixing gender fluid? Somebody please explain, either if you're gender fluid or ace and you know what's going on, or if you're neither of those identities but you just happen to know what's going on. Help me. Big brain it. I don't know what's happening here. Maybe I've missed a bit of the comic. Okay. Good for you. A straight cis ball. How many identities do you represent to the little rainbow ball? The rainbow is for everybody who is LGBT plus. and the straight ball is just thinking gay and trans. I'm assuming this is like gay men specifically and trans people, but that would also perhaps be specifically trans women, because a lot of people seem to forget that trans men exist. It's why there's a lot of accidental allyship towards trans men, because there's so much transphobia and it's so heavily directed towards trans women, and people are just like, yes, trans men exist too. But actually the rainbow ball represents all of these identities, not just gay men and trans people, all of them. Yes, you're dangerous, because there's lots of identities under the flag. I don't understand what is dangerous. That is what I am yet to have any kind of coherent response from a homophobe or a transphobe or any kind of LGBT plus phobic person. What is so dangerous? Oh, sorry, you are fearful of things that you do not understand. That does not make them dangerous. And then the rainbow ball's like, you're 80% of the, I'm assuming, population, so deal with it. I got a little bit distracted during that one because I have seen some glasses on the desk. I don't know why they're here, but I think they're pretty fabulous. What do we think? If I didn't need prescription glasses, I'd do the rest of the video like this. Do we like the look? Do you know, that's just not going to work. I can't read that very comfortably. I will give myself a worse headache, but I thought that you deserved to see them. Shaba was just filming before me, so I feel like maybe she wore them in her video. You have 2 daughters? They're gonna like so many girly things. I'm jealous. This is an aunt who has only sons and a mum, and the person who created the comics mum, I'm assuming. I don't know what this flag is. I feel like it's cis in some way, and then a heart, so maybe like cis but an ally, bisexual, even though there are similarities. But yes, not always. Just because you have 2 daughters does not mean you're going to end up with kids who are into girly things. Years later, should we tell them? The daughters in question. Whoopsie. I mean, even if they weren't non-binary, lots of people are gender non-conforming. I feel like there's so often expectations on like,
I want a daughter so that I can dress her in pretty dresses and do makeup and go and do these activities with her.
And then some people are like, I want a son so that I can teach him how to play football. I was like, you have no idea what your kids are going to grow up to be interested in, and it shouldn't be gendered in such a way. Pointlessly gendering activities and clothing and everything is useless. Do you have your laser with you? Says the gay man ball to the lesbian ball, who says, yeah, let's show it. That looks like they're on a Star Wars ship. Do they mean lightsaber when they say laser? Yay! And it's the same color as the balls. Woo! That, I have to say, the lesbian flag is particularly aesthetic. It is a very pleasing flag. I love the colors. Brilliant. Wait, what? Gulp. All the nervous gay balls. What do we have? You dare come over me, for I bisexual have that. I don't know what you dare come over me. I'm not sure what that means, but the bisexual ball has the bi laser. Oh, okay. I'm not being mean. Wonderful creativity. What a lovely comic. Good drawing. A+. However, if this is meant to be Star Wars, but you know, like the knockoff non-copyright version, which is why they've called them lasers, I thought the joke was going to be that it came out both sides, like Darth Maul, isn't it? Yes, Darth Maul. I fell asleep during that movie in the cinema. I think I was like 5-6 years old or something, and then I rewatched it, and I do like it, but oh my goodness, I fell asleep right at the moment he was chopped in half. Sorry for the spoiler. I thought it was gonna be like the either side lightsaber, but this actually seems to just be a big flag of a laser. I enjoyed the setup. I'm slightly disappointed by the punchline of this one. I think it could have been better. I feel really mean. Whoa. I mean, it's pretty. The bisexual flag is also quite aesthetically pleasing. But just, am I missing something? Am I being mean? And it's just because I'm actually missing the proper joke? I'm not sure. But that is a very high potential possibility that I am very open to happening. So please let me know in the comments if I've just gotten the complete wrong end of the laser. Hey Ace, what you listening to? Ace Ball. Yes, listening to music. What is Ace listening to? Cake by the Ocean. Oh yeah, that's a fun song. Oh, I didn't know you were into that. What do you mean? It's just a song about eating cake, right? Oh, Ace Ball. Oh. Weird question though. Like, oh, I didn't know you were into that. I mean, we can listen to songs without being into the context of the song, right? Arrow. Answer the question, Arrow. It's just a song about eating cake, right? Stress. Cake by the Ocean. Wasn't that about a misunderstanding of someone was trying to say sex on the beach, but said cake by the ocean, thinking that was the saying? I wonder what would happen. What's this? A bisexual ball wearing a little trans hat. So trans bisexual? And what is that? That looks like a wire or something? Michael, no. Oh, it's a port and a trans sticker. Oh, I see where this is going. No. Poof. I don't know how to make that kind of sound. Poof. That's too aggressive. No, I'm not the sound effects guy. I'm sorry. Discord call. Cannot drive. Oh, transport. Oh, they made transport. Did they transport into the transport? I mean, yes, you could think transport in the sense of making a form of transport, or you could think transport in the sense that this port that you have transed and made into a transport now makes you transport, almost like a teleport, right? We could just go with that. If you can't drive, then the fantasy could be significantly simpler. The crowd I live in. Oh, I'm sorry. How boring. The crowd I want to live in. Yes. It's such a thing though. It might just be the context that you're in the life, school you're at, job you're in, family, whatever. There'll be a reason why you're not finding your people. But there is also a big reason why homophobes and transphobes and people who just don't understand feel like there is some kind of social contagion element, particularly to being trans at the moment, when in reality it's just because there's this natural pull towards people where there's shared values and shared interests and commonalities in just everything, and there's a vibe. Okay, I think like gaydar and other forms of like LGBTQ plus, just knowing and sensing, like bi-fi, I think there is like an element of truth in it where we are just drawn to one another, and often whole friendship groups that may have been friends from when they were quite young and nobody knew their sexual orientation or gender identity have grown up, and a majority of them are LGBT plus in some way, and it's not because they've influenced each other. They've often all come to this conclusion completely independent of one another, but it's just because even from that young age they were all drawn together because everybody just knows. Okay, but if you're not in that crowd right now, it's just because you've not found that group, but you will. If this is what you want, I'm manifesting it for you. Maybe that's leaving school and going to uni or college, or changing job, or joining local support groups, or just like social groups or something. You will find the people, the crowd that you want to live in. Random, I think that says random, or it says Nordum. Random person refers to me as a boy. Me, trans. I'm assuming trans man, maybe? My mother, bisexual mother. Sad transport. I don't know why people keep calling you a boy. This is so confusing to me. Okay, I literally came out to you and you know I want to be more masculine. Oh, that's really sad. I was literally going to ask, normally in these comics, when someone's not out, they're wearing like a little cis straight mask over their actual identity ball. And I was like, the little trans ball's not wearing a mask. Why is the mama not understanding why people are referring to trans ball as a boy? But it's because bisexual mum in denial. Not that her being bisexual really has anything to do with this. I guess it'd be the expectation of maybe slightly more awareness and openness to things, but there's a horrendous amount of transphobia within the cis not straight crowd. Not as much as from cis straight people, but still, like, let's not do this. Sometimes I feel like some people require you to come out to them multiple times before they get it, which can be very frustrating, but I wish you well, little trans ball. Ha 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 ha. Homophobic jokes. They are homophobic balls laughing at homophobic jokes. I'm assuming this is in a classroom setting, and then there is a little lesbian ball reading a book in the background. Oh, wonderful. That book seems to have a light in it. Wow. Yes, how wonderful. It is so uncomfortable, especially, I was going to say, especially people don't know that you're LGBT plus, but it's either way, it's uncomfortable when you're sat there as an LGBT plus person and you're hearing people make homophobic or transphobic jokes, especially if you're not part of the conversation. And it depends on how comfortable or safe you feel with confrontation in that moment as to if you feel you can say something. My classmates are homophobic, says the lesbian ball. Later that day, lesbian ball is walking out with their book. I want to know what that book is because they seem to be very attached. Oh, the two homophobic balls are having a little smoochy smooch, a little kiss in the corridor. The book is dropped. The math is mathing. Yes, the internalized homophobia is everywhere. This is like the second comic, the one we reacted to where someone was like, me when I was younger, aka last year. I mean, we were all younger last year, right? But yes, this does happen. It could have been. I don't know what the specific jokes are because I guess there are some jokes and some deliveries and some ways of talking where it's very obvious that they are deliberately being homophobic or have a kind of not care if they are being actually homophobic. But I feel like among friends, when all of you are LGBT plus, there can be some jokes that if heard from an outside crowd who do not know that you are LGBT plus may potentially be interpreted the wrong way. But within your crowd, there's nothing wrong with them and you're all very comfortable with what's being said. Nobody's offended. It's not rude to the people in the group and it's very much an in-joke. I feel like the silver lining, little tiny positive part of me, the optimist is showing right now, is like, well, maybe they weren't making jokes to be homophobic, but they were making in-jokes that to an outside person who doesn't know that they're gay sounds homophobic, because that can also happen. Although I can very much appreciate there are some jokes that really like, no, you're just homophobic, aren't you, the way you're saying that. First day back at school after the holidays. The worst. Oh my god. I'm worried. What if I'm not straight? Nothing wrong with that, but still. Yes, it's scary. Nerve-wracking. Oh my goodness, what would happen? Nah, I'm totally straight. You're still sweating though. But imagine I had a crush on the first girl that walks through the door. Why would you set yourself up like that? Open. Visible shock. It's happened, hasn't it? Are you kidding me? Bippity boppity bye. It happened. The bisexual egg cracked. Yes. Wonderful. Congratulations. Hi, girl with a little heart. I'm assuming there's some flirting going on from the cis straight boy ball. Boy ball is so hard to say it 3 times really fast. Boy ball, boy ball, boy ball. Blah, blah, blah. Tongue twister. Boy ball. I'm coming out as a trans guy. Oh, not hi girl. No, we don't do that anymore. I was going to swear there. Don't need to. Frick. And all the cis straightness is peeling away, or just the straightness is peeling away. Looks a little bit rude. Okay. Your skin is peeling. Very alarming. Very alarming if somebody flirting with you just starts peeling their skin. What the? Oh, I mean, this is kind of cute. So, straight boy ball had a crush on someone who they viewed as a girl. Turns out that person is actually a trans guy, not a girl at all. But the straight boy ball still has a crush on this trans guy, meaning they have a crush on a guy, meaning maybe not quite straight. Aww. Very interesting representation though. Normally what we see when people realize identity is like an egg crack and then a little bit showing through. This person's decided to go full on, like, what is it called, flaying, and just the skin is peeling off. This is the medieval torture horror version of an egg cracking. The skin peels off. Delightful. In love, trans ball, and I don't know what a grey ball is. Honey, yes, I think I want kids. Oh, transparent, we love it. And this is the correct way round. The transparent is the parent who is trans, not the parent of trans kids, because they're trans kids. You're not a trans parent, you're a parent of trans kids. But if you are a parent who is trans, You are the transparent. Therefore, you are transparent. Therefore, the joke makes sense. Ta-da. I will be a transparent. Oh, and then I'll be invisible. Oh, dear. Man, I hate the gay agenda. Yeah. What's the gay agenda? What is there to hate? But these homophobic balls, they hate the gay agenda. What's wrong with Frank? Frank is a gay agenda person. That is a pretty good joke. I've not heard that one before. I am impressed. I think that is topping the pun list of today's LGBallT. I very much like that. It's funny. Let's watch Netflix and chill, says the asexual ball to the straight ball. Oh, Netflix and chill. Ooh. Later that day, on the sofa, the ace ball is cuddled in a blanket eating popcorn, and the straight ball is like, what is going on? They meant it literally. Yes, they did. Literally watching Netflix and chilling out. I want popcorn now. There are small people in the background at tables, and then there is a trans ball, and I do not know what this flag is. And the trans ball's sister, so trans guy ball, and then sister, my mum, an ally. Your legs look very alike. New dysphoria unlocked. Leg dysphoria, because your mum said there's a trans guy, your legs look like your sister's legs. Okay. Dysphoria is a funny old beast and can get triggered in the strangest of moments by the strangest of things and by people saying things that they mean nothing by. I totally relate. Sucks. I hate dysphoria. Oh boy, back to school clothes shopping, says the non-binary ball. Oh no. Manly man. Oh, lady. Manly man. What comes after lady lads? No, that doesn't work. Lady ladles? Definitely not. Just do lady. I kind of like lady ladles though. Manly man, lady ladles. Excuse me, do you have anything that isn't men or women? Oh yeah, we've got a section for you, says a lesbian ball. Kids, why is there a t-shirt that says Sigma? Help. Too many of these cartoons are being made by Gen Alphas. I don't understand them anymore. I mean, I get the LGBT stuff in them, just the little phrases. I feel like my mum when I told her that lol didn't mean lots of love. But kids section is also typically split into genders as well. Yeah, it's interesting as well because I feel like even a lot of places who advertise like gender neutral or like unisex clothing, it's typically always more on the masculine side of cut. There are some that I found that are very much like, oh, this is actually quite neutral. It's like not super femme, not super mask, love it. But yeah, in this situation, it's like, what are you vibing with? What do you want? You could have a bit from everything. Go in and do a pick and mix. But I know it's also there's a discomfort and it can be dysphoria triggering to go into a specific section and shop. Depending on how people read you in public and how that makes you feel, there can be a discomfort. When I first came out, I'm not non-binary, but when I first came out, I very much didn't even want to like walk in like a women's section in a clothing store. I would with my wife and have a look at clothes for her, but even if I saw something I liked, I would be like, no, I'm not touching it. No, that is too dysphoric. What if people misgender me because I'm picking up clothing in the women's section and they assume I'm a woman? But the further along in my transition I got, the more comfortable I got with it. So I think it's falling into that rhythm of what makes you comfortable. And yes, unfortunately at the moment, a lot of clothing places are very much like men, women, manly men, and lady ladles. I think there are spectrums of masculinity, femininity within those different sections to find things you're comfortable with. And hopefully at some point we get to a stage where there is just, here's some clothes, pick what you like. I like girls, says the lesbian ball. I like boys, says the gay boy ball. Arse is arse, says the bisexual to the pansexual. I've heard this before. Where is this from? I have heard this joke before. Accurate reconstruction of me watching a movie with my friend. She's already in love with the hot guy. Oh, and you're a lesbian ball wearing a mask. Okay, not out yet. Me annoyed by her loving the hot guy and reminding everyone how hot he is. Ugh, she finally stopped talking about the hot guy. Me trying to hide how I'm already in love with the hot girl. The hot girl arrives. Oh no, now it's your turn, except you can't be as open as your friend. Oh dear. Yeah, I feel like before I realized I was trans and I was figuring out my sexual orientation and I was like, well, I'm at least bi because I've definitely found like girls attractive. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. I'm not straight. Me pre-transition, obviously. And then it did turn into this kind of, I would watch shows because I found certain characters attractive, but I wouldn't tell anybody. And then I just remember trying to like cover up really crushing over certain characters because I was like, I'm not ready to come out yet. And then the universe played a trick on me by making it so that I had to come out multiple times. Yay. Hey, bye, what are you doing? Me? I'm just reading the Bible. Well, it's not the straight bull, is it? The whole book is a little bit LGBT. Toilets. A transphobic woman, I assume. That's a little bow. No balls, balls. And little trans man, ball. Was this actually one I saw in real life, or was this a satire one? I mean, not saw in real life, but I saw a picture of something. I swear there's like no balls, balls. Or it's like no balls in women's stalls or something. And it's like balls is a very broad term, and I think difficult to 100% get accurate for everybody maybe needing to use the toilet. So the transphobic girl ball goes in no balls. Sees a lot of no balls. She shouldn't be in there. She is a ball. Do not go in. See what I'm talking about? Broad term. Difficult to tell what is actually right. And on that note, that was the last cartoon for today's installment of LGBallT. Woohoo! Did we like that? What was your favourite one? I have to admit. Oh yes, what's wrong with Frank? The gay agenda. The gay agenda. Little Frank. We love Frank. Go comment down below if you like this video, think about giving a thumbs up and subscribing, but no pressure. Although I would have a little look. If you want to be subscribed to this channel, go make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, because YouTube does a naughty thing and unsubscribes people when they shouldn't be doing that. But yes, go have a look to see. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Much love. Bye.